Hello everyone! This is Raijin and welcome back to my Let's Play of Monster Girl Quest Paradox. Now when we last left off, well, all we did was go through the Midas Mine to excavate for some gold to create some equipment, and now we are on our way to the Eastern Tartarus Rift to check out what's going on there. So let's get this thing going. Now before we start off, I'd like to introduce you guys to someone. That's right, I am once again not alone in this. Now, this guy is a very good friend of mine. He's also a fellow Let's Player who's pretty well known for his Monster Girl Quest content. He's even made his own side story for the game. And he has supported me on Tumblr on numerous occasions, and I've even done art commissions for him. Everyone, introducing TheSacredGuard.
Hey everybody, what's going on? TheSacredGuard here, coming at you with a Monster Girl Quest Let's Play. Only this time it's not my own, but my friend Raijin here. Now, he personally came to me asking me to join him on his commentary, and being the way that I am, I figured I might as well join in. I haven't joined in on somebody else's Let's Play before, so this will be a new experience for me.
That's
so
right.
Let's go ahead and get this.
Sorry. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Sorry, man, I gotta steal your last bit there.
It's okay.
But anyway, seriously, thank you so much for doing this with me.
It's no issue. It's no problem.
So,
anything I can do to help out a friend and whatnot.
Of course. But seriously, guys, when you're done watching this video, you should check out this guy's content. He does amazing work on MGQ. He's very funny, and you should follow him on. You should also follow him on his Tumblrs. I'll post links in the description below. So yeah, with that said, let's get this going. Now, before we get this started, I just wanted to let you guys know once again, I've done a lot of off-screen grinding. I realized in my previous Let's Plays, there have been numerous occasions where I got in trouble in a few fights. So I did more grinding than usual, and I even managed to recruit the remaining monster girls I didn't have up to this point. All right. Now with that out of the way, let's really get this thing going. SacredGuard, you with me on this?
Oh heck yeah! Also, I commend you for doing your excessive grinding, because people have come to me about that, saying that I've got stuck on this part for a while. I don't know. Most RPGs, it can be a real grind fest. This one's no exception, but it's still a good game regardless of that fact.
Yeah, I know. I mean, people even ask you to amp the difficulty of your games to give you more of a challenge. Because, well, I do remember in your videos you tend to say you're a little overpowered every now and then.
Yeah, I actually have noticed that. I've been able to clear through some parts that probably should have been difficult, but because of how strong I was, they actually weren't as difficult as they should have been. But that's only because of the fact that when I first started going through Monster Girl Quest, not just Paradox, but the original Monster Girl Quest, I always felt that I should be stronger than this. I got tired of losing so much because, believe it or not, don't get me wrong, I don't mind some of the H scenes here and there.
Yeah.
Depending on who it is. But
yeah.
I got fed up with losing, so when I was given the opportunity to be able to grind and make myself incredibly strong, so I don't have to see that loss again, I took it.
Yeah. Respect, man. I respect that. Alright, now let's actually get this thing started. If we go through this cave, it should exit near Rostrum. They say there's a Tartarus rift in that uninhabited region. Rostrum village was destroyed 10 years after the Great Disaster. Since it was a small village, there supposedly weren't any survivors. The question is whether its destruction was related to Tartarus. It's very possible. Someone may have attacked the villagers. Well, add that to the list of things to investigate, we should be able to find some clues about the Great Disaster inside Tartarus. There's a scholar here. Hello, I am a traveling geologist. This mountain cave is quite fascinating, don't you think? The complex topography in there is reminiscent of the Gold region. In addition, the inhabiting flora and fauna are extremely similar to those of Western Gold. Magnets give false readings and don't work in there either. I can only assume that the magnetic field itself has gone haywire. Is this
nerd?
Well, he is a scholar, dude. It makes sense. Also, You don't do it right. It's like this. Nerd!
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's how you do it.
Getting that wrong.
That's how you do it. Is this due to the influence of the nearby Tartarus rift? There was nothing out of the ordinary about this tunnel before the Great Disaster. At any rate, be careful inside. It's a long trip and the monsters are strong. We can handle it. Go! Certainly spark confidence in the others. Alright. Fire pendant. So is it really like a maze down here?
It is pretty maze-like. Because of how the lighting is in these dungeons, trying to be able to find the proper path is going to be a little difficult. And as I recall correctly, some of the monsters that you'll end up facing in here, I'll actually give you a little hint. One of them is actually pretty weak to fire, so if you have anybody that can use fire right now, that'll actually be very helpful for you.
Oh, believe me, dude, I'm more well prepared than you think.
Have to. We gotta get that achievement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm a completionist, so. Oh, we got some new girls here.
I think the only time. Oh, which one is it?
The Candle Girl. I haven't fought one of these.
Yeah, they're the ones that are weak to fire.
Yeah, and there's a meta here too. Let's see. Yeah, they're weak to fire. It's kind of strange. I mean, they're candle girls. I mean, real life candles need. You use fire to light them up, but yet they're weak to them for some reason.
Yeah, but while it's true that you use fire to be able to light the candles, also got to keep in mind that the way these girls themselves look, they're actually made of candle wax.
Well, yeah, I realize
wax
that.
Melts under fire, so.
Oh crap! That's right. I haven't. These are new girls. I'm supposed to start talking to them.
Well.
Well, it's not too late.
No, it's not. And I will admit, though, I do appreciate the design that they were given.
Yeah, they look pretty nice. What? Oops.
like the bottom of the wax, like it's kind of reminiscent of a dress.
I suppose. Hey, is it true that fighting a lot of candle girls at this point is really good for job grinding? At least that's what I heard.
If anybody's seen one of my videos when I actually stayed in this cave for a good long while to be able to grind things up. That's actually how I got so strong so early in the game. I stayed in this cave and grinded non-stop, but I needed to make sure that I had plenty of fire, plenty of SP or MP for fire skills as well as fire stones to help out with that.
Yeah. Because these enemies.
At the utmost, you can actually fight 4 Candle Girls, and I believe they each give 2 job experience each, so you can get 8 out of it. And if you have the skill that lets you get double job experience, you can 16 job experience out of this one fight.
Golden fan.
That when she goes back to martial arts, you can be able to use a dancing skill to be able to increase your attack and agility for the party at an increased speed. So it'd be good to so that'll actually make her a good bruiser and supporter at the same time.
I like the sound of that. No wait, it was Alice who gained that ability. Let's see, Fire Waltz? Burn foes with powerful. Oh, that's gonna be useful. But takes up a lot of SP though.
Oh yes.
Takes up a lot of MP though.
It does. Yeah, so you're gonna need plenty of like mana potions to be able to get that back.
Oh yeah. As for the set thing, well, I tend to change my repertoire of monsters depending on where I am. Like I definitely do have I do have companions that would specialize in fire techniques. And I didn't think Luca would learn such a useful technique like fire decapitation while he's still an apprentice hero.
Just imagine if he learned that back in the visual novel.
Yeah, it would. If he did, then Alma would have burned herself catching that sword.
So, and thinking about it now, if he learned fire decapitation back in the first game, actually could have killed that one book monster. Well, not killed, sealed that book monster easily on his own without Alice accidentally
setting the library on fire.
Yeah, what was she? What was she trying to start a fire for again? She was trying to eat something.
She was baking a potato.
Oh right. Why the heck would you make an open fire in a library
where everything
for a singular potato?
Holy crap! That is some attack.
It's that Monster Lord blood.
Naruko's pretty useful too.
What did I do with Naruko? I set her out of the I took her when I first got her. I immediately took her out of the minor chaos because I heard that Scylla skills are actually very useful. So yeah, actually very useful if you want to do multi-hit. And what class did I give her? I kept changing up her class because honestly I couldn't figure out what I thought she'd be really good with. So what I actually did, I gave her the Scylla class, Scylla race, and I made her a martial artist. So in addition to be able to have multi-hits, she could also attack pretty fast too.
I see. Don't Candle Girls classify as slimes?
Yes.
Thought so. Oh shoot.
Speaking of slimes, you're going to be very surprised with how tanky a slime can become when you reach part 2.
Yeah, Lime right now doesn't take hits very well right at the moment.
Yeah. You gotta get her to, I think the next race, or it's either the second or third tier race, I can't remember, but it's, Mega Slime, which will actually give her plenty of HP and I think defense. You know. Abilities that could be able to increase the monster encounter rate and also cut it in half.
There it is. There we go.
It was the rabbit all along.
But if anything, I should keep encountering monsters till I can recruit the Candle Girl.
It shouldn't be too difficult.
Dude, the apoptosis monsters are like hellish to get.
Don't even get me started on that. I'm still amazed that I managed to be able to recruit one of those apoptosis. After saying I won her at my party, boom. Misworked his magic and gave her. Well, damn. I wanted to try to get her on my team.
Magic!
Oh, what? Who? Huh? What? How?
The Jack-o'-lantern girls the Jack-o'-lantern girls definitely didn't have a lot of HP, but they're evasive.
That is true.
Actually, I had a hard time with them because of that. At least I finally managed to recruit one. Alright. Wow, there's sure quite the amount of Candle Girls here.
Hey, more experience, more job experience for you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, that's true. How much longer do you have to live? About 50 years, not much longer, or I'm immortal. I'll guess this time, so...
About 50 years.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your life. The best thing you can do is live without regrets. Hey, that worked too. Jeez Louise.
If I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I actually feel, when it comes to slimes, I actually like the base slime girls the most.
You mean
they're just that much cuter.
You mean Lime?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's cute. I'll admit that. Isn't this where I
mean, Arabetti looks alright too, if, you know, she's not trying to kill you.
You know, now that you mention, I've heard in Paradox Part 2, Arabetti's actually a lot different from that. Like in part 2, she doesn't kill you out of hatred. She kills you out of orders from the 15th.
I honestly can neither deny nor agree with that because I can't understand anything.
Well, I understand because I've been doing research.
Like the blob girl, like we understand that, yeah, the more moisture or whatever there is, slimes get bigger and whatnot, but I think they went a little too far.
Yeah, I actually agree with you on that one. Like, some of those slime girls are kind of freaky looking. But then
yeah.
But they were drawn by Satoshi, so what do you expect?
Oh, it's Satoshi who did that?
Yes. The jelly girl. There's an orc here. But anyway, yeah, the jelly girl and the jelly girl and the blob girl. They were both drawn by Satoshi. You never realized that?
No, I didn't. I'm not entirely familiar with his art style. The main art styles I'm familiar with that I do not like are Selvi and Delphinus. There's one other guy, but I can't remember.
You know, Satoshi just recently released another manga book.
Manga?
Yeah, you know, the Monster Quest Valley at the End stuff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he recently released another one.
What's this one about?
I don't know yet. I mean, he just posted the thing on his Pixiv. It's not the actual dojo itself isn't online yet. Like you won't find you won't find it on certain sites right now. All right, so by the way, Vaughn, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Hang on a sec.
Yeah, what's up?
Hang on, let me take care of this first. Whoa, dang, 4 of them.
Yeah, I told you. That's the highest amount that you'll be able to get one. So that's good experience and job experience right out the gate.
Oh yeah, this is pretty much how you'll be able to get a lot of job experience.
Mm-hmm.
Noble level 8, no bless, oblige, learn. Jeez. Guys are going up levels like crazy. Alright, so, TheSacredGuard, there's something I mean to ask. Wasn't it around... Okay, so at this point in your playthrough, like in the place I'm at right now, wasn't it around this point where you ranted about the Monster Quest OVA?
Ah, right. I think, yeah, this is around this point that I started talking about the OVA because I think it just came out around the time that I got here.
Yeah, okay, first off, why do you pronounce it like that?
What, the OVA?
Yeah, you pronounce it OVA rather than OVA. OVA's not really a word, it's an acronym.
For?
Original Video Animation.
Oh.
You mean to tell me you never realized that?
No, I never did. As much as I watch anime and whatnot, I never actually knew what that stood for. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but anyway, yeah, you were ranting about the OVA. You really said a lot of funny, hateful stuff about it.
Well, I don't like it. It took everything that was so good about Monster Girl Quest and just spun it on its head. Now, from what I've heard...
Oh god, here he goes again. It's not even 10 seconds before he starts boring us with his crap.
Right after part 3,
well,
so
yeah, they confirmed that.
Technically canon.
We may want to pay attention. This could explain a critical plot.
If you look closely at the title of it, it says Monster Girl Quest Side Story Succubus Fantasy.
Yes.
So it's a side story that takes place after part 3, but they made it into an animation. But they never made any of the other side stories in the past an animation. So why is this one so special? Why couldn't they do an OVA of the actual Monster Girl Quest rather than some like some generic hentai BS. And it's just like, oh, the girl's doing this, oh, the guy's doing that, oh, they're making loud noise, oh, it's over, okay, it was all just a dream.
Yeah, cause
It was all just a dream. None of it ever happened.
yes, it was all basically a dream, an illusion created by the succubus ancestor Managi.
But you know the one thing that one of the things I hate the most, two things actually that I hate the most about what they did with the OVA. First of all, even if it's a side story, like some side stories that I've seen have actually done wonders on expanding or putting a twist on somebody's personality, like characters who need it. But they completely took their personalities and just butchered it. Like they just grabbed them, took a knife, just started like chopping it up into bits, and then carrying them off to the slaughterhouse so they would do the rest. That's how butchered they were. Even Alice of all things, Alma Elba of all characters didn't even seem normal. The way they made her act was completely different than the way she normally acts, and that's saying something.
Yeah,
It's not even the good kind of different that I would prefer her to act. It's even worse than she normally is. I hate both, but one's worse than the other.
Oh yeah, you also had a problem with how they did Arabetti too. I mean, because I remember you were, because I still remember one part where I really laughed at. You said, you're all like,
slime.
she has the body of a woman. Why not give her the anatomy of a woman? She's a slime.
She's a slime. Yes, she is a slime. She is a slime. She is water, living water. Water does not have genitals. They don't have nips. They don't have a birth canal. They have none of that. She can make it if she wants to, but it'll water.
Oh, did we finally make it through? I'm beat. For now, let's look for somewhere secure to rest. Roaster may have been destroyed, but I'm sure there's somewhere to sleep there. Okay, you were saying?
Sorry, I carried away for a moment. But
No, keep going.
Personalities of they butchered the personality of the characters. Even one of the characters that I hate the most, they just made her even worse than normal. But let's not forget that freaking face. Like that's quality animation right there.
That meme face. I mean, and I was all and I said you had quite a problem with how they did Arabetti. Pretty much, she was in the animation. She was exactly the opposite of what she really was in the games.
Yeah, I'm so gentle. Let's play around a little. Like they took her and made it. It's like is she a cold-hearted bitch or is she a succubus now? I'm not understanding. Although that may have actually been the case, because considering that this is a succubus fantasy, they may have actually used a succubus in place of Luca. A succubus in place of Luca. A succubus in place of his allies. Oh, speaking of which, let's talk about how they didn't even bother putting Granberry in it, or Tamamo in her mature form. They easily could have done that.
Can you hold up? Can you pause for a second?
Yeah.
This is awful. The village is a total ruin. Who could have destroyed a village this thoroughly? This is obviously not the work of bandits or random hooligans. Anyway, let's look for somewhere to rest. After we recover, we can head to the Tartarus Rift to the south. Cute. Okay, continue.
They didn't bother adding Granberry in which that could have been it could have been an interesting thing to see what they could have done with that, even if they would have completely butchered her. But the only time Granberry acts completely out of character is when her lust overcomes her because of the heat of battle, which is fine because she got so worked up in the fight that she's in the mood now. Well, they didn't even bother with Tamamo. They just completely cut her out. And then they didn't even bother. They went ahead and used characters that have no importance or relevance whatsoever. I mean, okay, yes, the Spider Princess, she was important, but honestly, she was forgettable. She's forgettable. Emily, she's forgettable. She's cute, but she's forgettable.
And
who else?
And Crab Girl.
The Crab Girl, like just the one-off character. Both like I can't give you none. I'm gonna have to take it from you. And that's it. You're done. You never see her pops back up. She doesn't come to help Luca's friends when they're all going to war with Alias, and you never see her ever. She's not even mentioned anymore.
Yeah.
And last I checked, didn't Emily die?
Yeah, she's supposed to be dead.
Yeah, so why even bother? Like, why bother with her? She's dead and gone. Why use her for a fantasy when she is just as forgettable as all the other characters? Like, if they wanted to use memorable characters, if anything, they could have used Michaela. We could have seen Lucifina in animation for the first time. They could have used Ilias, Alice's mother. Freaking, who else?
Eden, maybe?
Eden! They could have used Eden. Like, they could have actually added Tamamo, use her true form. They could have introduced us to any of the other ancestors.
Okay, hold
the
up.
The Lilith twins.
Oh. Okay, hold up a second. Look, looks like we got Alias and the Slime Girl here again. We haven't seen them in a while. Ah, finally somewhere to rest. I'd love to sleep in a nice warm bed. Alias again. Heading to Tartarus, I assume? Do you even understand a thing about Tartarus? It's a tunnel to parallel worlds. Parallel worlds? You mean the other world we saw? Yes, that was a different possibility for the world we live in. It is conceivable that it was created as a result of some paradox. Paradox? The other world resulted...
Credits.
What?
Roll credits. Because they say it's the result of some paradox. Monster Girl Quest paradox. Roll credits.
Oh yeah. The other world resulted from space-time itself, like someone pressed the wrong button. I'm still investigating just why it exists though. Furthermore, the transformed humans seen in Tartarus are the result of something called the apoptosis effect. It is caused by holy and dark energies from distortions in space-time breaking down organisms. QQ! What in the world could have caused something like that? That is precisely what I am investigating. So what does this all mean? I'm adventuring with Ilias. Let's both work hard. That is just so cute. Okay, got some beef jerky. And
you know, the funny thing is too, I actually looked up apoptosis, and apparently it actually is a condition in reality. I can't remember the exact definition, but I had no idea that it was actually real. I thought they just made it up.
Let's see, there are recipes for food scattered all over the floor. Look at all these recipes. Did a chef live here? There's even a certificate of excellence. The certificate reads, Permanent 3-star Chef Alfonso. I've heard that name before. He was supposed to be a legendary chef, but he was never heard from again after this village was destroyed. This is definitely where he lived, at least. What idiots would kill him? Idiots, all of them. Dang, Alice. She really does think with her stomach, doesn't she?
She the one perfect way to be able to get through the 16th Monster Lord is through her stomach.
Yeah, pretty
much. You want to show true love? Give her a damn banquet. She'll do whatever you want for the rest of the night.
Yeah, Luca's pretty whipped. Anyway, as you were saying.
Oh, right, yeah, they could have used any other type of kid. They could have even used the Queen Mermaid. We could have learned a little more about her.
Oh, boy. I don't really like to talk about
what?
her. I don't like to talk about her very much.
Well, she's not that... Okay, yes, there's the fact that she was more or less genocidal because... For whatever reason, did Black Alice convince her to come up and attack, or did she leave her alone?
Well, in Part 2 of Paradox, in Paradox Part 2, she did actually mellow out.
Okay.
Well, actually, she let it go altogether.
Ah. No, I'm talking about part 3 though, when the war was going on. Was it Black Alice that convinced her to attack, or did she just do it on her own?
I'm pretty sure it was Black Alice who convinced her.
Yeah, that figures.
She had
So,
what?
Well, after the fact, it seemed like she kind of mellowed out anyway because she had Elle by her side.
Yeah,
a
but
child that honestly she probably could not have had, but she willingly decided to hold on to the
semen,
baby batter, as it were.
The semen in her, the semen in her body, since mermaids are capable for holding semen in their bodies for centuries.
Yeah. She willingly decided to hold on to it and end up giving birth to a child. The only question is, like, why she didn't really need to. If she hated humans so much, she honestly could have gone without having a kid from a human, but she willingly chose to. That just goes to show that she actually really did love that man, and she does love Elle with all her heart.
She does. But at the end of the end, she didn't actually let her grudge go fully. But in Paradox Part 2, she did.
Yeah, so we actually could have seen what it would have been like if she actually did let her grudge go. But that would have been a lot better if it was an actual OVA and not some fanboy's fantasy. Because that's basically what it is. It's a succubus-based fantasy. We don't see anything about Minagi. Let's do something with Minagi in here. Let's just have her and all of her friends go and have sex-crazed adventures. The fights, the moment that would have been a fight scene, a nice fight scene. The music even amped it up like it was gonna be a fight. What'd they do? Complete cock tease. Luca swings his sword, he misses, and he's immediately bound.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. There is no one here. This place is super creepy too. Supposedly the investigators haven't been here yet. And I suppose it would be impossible for them to cross the mountains with a bunch of scholars who can't find Toe. Alright, into the rift. Let's find out what's going on the other side with our own eyes. Rawr, we can do this. But anyway, dude, I do get what you're saying there. I mean, having seen the OVA myself, I really was expecting some kind of an epic fight happen. What's still weird is that Luca was still able to fight back.
Yeah, that is true. He was able to fight back in some way.
According to the wiki, apparently it was an old trope he used called the Second Wind.
Oh, right. Where, it seems like the heroes, all defeated and everything, only for them to get back up all their strength.
Also, that is a dual cannon. Yeah, he shouldn't have been able to fight back at all if he was in critical ecstasy, yet somehow he did. I mean, the Angel Halo just magically appears in his hand, and he takes Minagi out in just one blow.
Well, I mean...
Holy Mother of God!
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention that, considering that these are Zelby creations, it's only gonna get worse from here on. Like, the ones that we see now seem more human-ish. But as the game goes on, they're gonna become even less and less human.
Dude, I feel like I'm gonna throw. Dude, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Whoops.
Oh, trust me, those aren't the worst ones. That's actually fairly tame. They're assimilated to a machine. That's fairly tame. Just wait till it gets to later.
Oh boy, I'm not gonna like that.
No, you're not.
But I'm a completionist and I have a big heart, so sometimes I wish I didn't. Want to know what my main weapon is? I'll give you a special lesson. Oh shoot. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Seems like a function because you could say it is a weapon for men. That didn't work. Doesn't matter. I beat him anyway.
Part of me wanted to say a hidden drill.
So anyway, yeah.
Oh.
What? What is it?
Right. That reminds me. Speaking of hidden drills, you're not gonna like one of the apoptosis in part 2 if you ever lose. Just saying that now.
Whoa! These things are really freaky. They're called eaters.
This one's like a Venus flytrap.
Yeah. You know, in some of the 8 scenes I've seen and heard about, apparently even your own allies will eat you. It's kind of a stupid kind of a stupid way to go.
Yeah, that is true.
I was actually stupid.
You know something? Looking at the... No, go ahead.
You know, I was actually stupid enough to, because in the Pocket Castle there was I looked at an 8 scene by one of my carnivorous allies, and well, I actually got killed because of that. I didn't think that was a way to die. I didn't think that was a way you could die.
Luckily, death is on your side, so...
Oh yeah, that's right. Huh? Why is there a force at the bottom of a hole? A space-time distortion. Did it swallow the surrounding space and incorporate it somehow? Thank you. But yeah, it really was a stupid way for me to go.
Oh. Yeah, Alice, that's not how the forest got there. You see, like, didn't you guys watch SpongeBob? Patrick and whoever else decided to take a part of the forest and push it somewhere.
Push it somewhere. Don't you mean take the city of Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else?
Yeah, but I guess they decided to hop dimensions and decided to move the forest somewhere else.
Dude, it's the riot. There's only one of these things. You know.
Yeah, riot usually only shows up in like groups of 1 or 2.
This thing looks pretty decent though. Maybe I could have this on my team. Let's see.
Yeah, she's like honestly the most decent looking apoptosis that you encounter. But she's a pretty strong unit. She's very fast. If you can get her with dragon and beast skills, as well as martial arts, she's very useful.
I bet. But I also, sweet mother of Christ. But I hear she's pretty difficult. Oh, I think Nuruko just went down. Anyway, I hear these things are actually pretty they're pretty difficult to recruit. But you managed to get her after the first try.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just special like that. I'm just good like that.
Good thing I got Sonya here.
To be perfectly honest, who really uses Sonya that much? Like after you get like potion, like a bunch of items and everything, who really uses Sonya anymore?
I do. She has her uses every now and then. I keep her in the party to keep my party...
Every now and then.
Hades circlet? Anyway. I have her in my party as a backup healer. She really does come in handy. It also helps me save items.
True.
Alright, I think I've explored enough around here. Man, these are some weird floor names. And obviously I have Lime in the party so I can open up these treasure chests. Machina scroll, huh? I mean, it's amazing. The very first monster you recruit in this game has a lot of really good uses. Ocean Anchor.
She does. When she's all closed up, okay, yeah, it's like a snake face, but it's like a Venus flytrap kind of, and there's a woman in the center. So that's what that makes me think of.
Still freaky as hell, though.
It is.
Stinger. Man, there are a lot of Machina weapons down here. A lot more than the previous Tartarus. Dang, I was gonna ask something, but I forgot.
Good job.
No, wait, now Heavy Lance, whoa. That shape looks familiar. Anyway,
what?
Nothing. That lance I just picked up, the shape, the icon shape of it looked familiar. Anyway, there was something I was gonna ask. Seeing Naruko's attack cut in there, it reminded me of that video you posted when you wrecked Alma with her.
One of my finest accomplishments.
Yeah, I knew it. There's a door here too, just like the one in the Southern Rift. Cute. Hey, how about we leave this one closed? I've got a really bad feeling about this. This is what we came here for. Here we go. It opened easily just from your touch. I guess you can open these after all. Well, whatever, let's go. Let me prepare myself mentally. Okay, I'm ready. Vanilla. What? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about this. This creepy town again. Come on, let's get through this place fast. Cute. The town must have been taken in by the disturbance in space-time. But is it really Remina? Dude, you saw that, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Hey, I just saw someone over there!
I can never forget.
In that building.
I can never forget that. I can never forget that red hair.
Antidote grass. Neither can I. Jeez Louise. Let's explore around here first before we go in. Nope. Guess that was an armor shop. Yet it did. What difficulty were you playing on when you fought her?
I was playing on normal.
That was normal, and she had that much HP?
Yes.
That's insane. Shoot, that was a Labyrinth of Chaos fight, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Golden Abacus. I still can't believe you managed to pull it off. Like, you combine using Naruto and the space time or whatever. You stopped time.
Yeah, someone told me though that some boss is that I hate that that creepy smile.
Anyway, I completely forgot Luca was poisoned. Oops. Alright, that's out of the way. Now let's go down here and find out who that was. Huh. This is an interesting place.
Yeah, just don't mind us. We're gonna search around your place for a little bit.
Heh. Papers and scientific gadgets line the shelves. It's the same thing.
Apparently Luca's become Link now.
Pretty sure there are other RPGs that make it let you do that. Alright. No. Alright, who the heck are you? Whoa, who in the world? That's our line. And what are you even doing here? I'm Promisteen. I'm a librarian and a low-ranking angel. An angel? So it appears. That doesn't explain what a librarian is doing in a place like this, though. Before I explain that, can I ask you a question first? What year is it? It should be Johannes 1455, but here, who knows when it is? No, I simply wanted to know what era you came from. 1455 by the Johannes calendar is quite a ways into the future, though. The future? So that means you're someone from the past? How the hell did you end up here? You kind of remind me of a sand snake. Are you possibly a descendant of those giant monsters? Hey, I asked first. If you don't answer, I'm gonna start quaffing vials. Please don't. I'm relying on these experiments to travel through space-time. Wait, doesn't quaffing mean drinking something?
I think that's what it means.
So Alice was threatening to drink vials of chemicals or whatever the heck they are without even knowing what they'll probably do to her.
So she was literally planning on experimenting on herself just to try to get answers out of this girl.
Kind of a stupid idea, if you ask me.
Alice the 16th, everybody. The 16th Muscle Lord, everybody.
Will literally eat anything you give her. Experiments. Are you saying that Ilias actually ordered her angels to conduct experiments? No, I'm doing this on my own. I was testing the reaction between holy and dark mana and ended up here. Wow, conducting magical experiments without permission from Ilias. You're quite the delinquent angel. Wait, is it possible? Did your experiment cause a great disaster? No, not possible. My experiment was very limited in scope. It simply opened a small gate in space-time, and even that was an unexpected and accidental side effect. However, I've been running more experiments and taking measurements since I got here, and I've discovered the existence of a large-scale rent in space-time. I'm currently investigating. Thank you for that. I'm currently investigating the cause of the space-time rent. I imagine it has something to do with how I was flung here in the first place. It sounds like you've been experimenting for quite some time. How many days have you been here? Days? I've been here nearly 200 years. 200 years? What the? Wow. What?
Well, I mean, she looks good for 200 years old.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you like this chick. Well, this version. This version of her anyway.
Well, technically speaking, I like both her, like the way she looks right now and the way she looks as an adult. Well, technically speaking, she's an adult in both senses, but I mean, I don't know. Like when you look at her, the way she is in when she's older, like straight up, you actually take a good look at her figure. She is damn. Well, you actually have to actually take a good look. Like you actually have to sit there and just look at her. If you ignore the the plant parts.
Yeah. Well, technically it's seaweed, but yeah. Anyway, by the way, what kind of experiment got you guys here? I'd love to know what you're doing in. Excuse me. I'd love to know what you were doing in as much detail as you can provide. We weren't experimenting or anything. This fake hero over here can open doors through space-time. We explain our circumstances to Promisteen. No way. How could a human possibly cross parallel worlds? When humans manifest special powers like that, there are visible changes to the frontal lobe. Would you mind letting me dissect your brain, Mr. Luca? What? That would kill me!
It's because he's the main character. Don't you know? Main characters always get special powers that cannot be explained.
Well, yeah, it's called plot armor. Anyway, okay.
Right.
Okay, then let me clone you. Here, fill the speaker with your semen. As if we let you do that. Get out of here, you mad angel scientist. You're the ones who came to me. Well, would it be alright if I accompanied you? Accompany us? You want to join our party? Yes, I would love to have your help. Yeah, that face you're making doesn't reassure us. You really mean that you want to use Luca as a guinea pig, right? Don't worry, there won't be any noticeable effects from losing a slice of your frontal lobe. I knew you still wanted to dissect him! Okay, does having your frontal lobe dissected really kill you?
I have no idea. Like anything that is even remotely like medical or whatever. Like you should not ask me. You should ask a German doctor for that.
Yeah, no thanks. Add Promisteen to the party. Well, I might as well. Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintances. I may not be that special, but I'll try my hardest. Huh. I'll keep her around, but I don't. Who should I get rid of?
Well, I mean, the bar bun's not really doing much for you, is she?
Yeah, she's just. Yeah, I don't remember why. I don't know why she's in my roster at this point. I'll get rid of her for now. I mean, she was useful with the harpies, but
having Promisteen along will actually be very useful because she does gain access to holy skills, which you won't get until later in or unless you chose Ilias first.
Right.
So it'll actually be very useful fighting against any and all monsters.
Luca, don't let your guard down or she'll dissect you. She looks pure, but her heart is pitch black. Cute. What's this over here? Apoptosis investigation. They can be thought of as the immune system for this area of space itself. They appear to be composed of the living and inorganic matter collected here. In addition, the Apoptosis share the same bodies. The ones that call themselves Luceru remember the exact same human memories. It appears that they are duplicates even down to their personalities. Excuse me. However, the actual mechanism that produces them remains unknown. I believe it is a process of the erosion of space itself, but I have no basis for this conclusion. It will take more time and equipment to confirm. I wrote this in case anyone else showed up after me, but it ended up just being a rough summary and general observations. Wow, she really is a nerd.
She's a very adorable nerd, though. So...
Anyway, let's check her out.
Oh,
there she is. Wait. Promisteen Scholar, Lowly Angel. Jeez, her scholar level's already that high.
I forgot what I was gonna say now.
You were gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say something. I completely forgot what it was.
Let's see. Heal. Holy light. Attack the area with holy beams of light. So this is a holy attack.
Yep.
Magic science. Combustive reaction, freezing reaction, electric, elemental. Huh. So she's good. So she has an elemental array of attacks too. That's pretty useful.
Yep.
Scout.
But her speed stat is abominable, so you gotta be careful.
What do you mean by that?
Her speed stat, no matter what you give her, is incredibly low.
Windshield, golden circlet. She seems to have the highest level of equipment currently right now. If she has a windshield,
For the moment, yeah.
I guess since she has a windshield, I guess I can't equip a gold one onto her. Let's see.
And so as we said here, Promisine went on to slice off Luca's frontal lobe, and that's how she lost her medical license.
Anyway, yeah, I think I'd like to see what she can do. Huh? She's a level lower below everybody else. Still, I can definitely tell she'll be a useful character down the line.
She'll be very useful.
I bet. I mean, if you think positively of her, and I mean positively, then, well, who am I to judge?
What? Why'd you have to say it like that? I think positively of her.
Yeah, in your own definition. You said it yourself. You said it yourself. She's cute. What does that entail?
Oh, I mean, you know. I don't have to explain myself to you.
Okay, I'll admit it. There are some monsters out there I have preferences to, but well, I'm not a creep about it.
I'm not a creep about it either. I do think positively of her in a non-lewd manner. She's honestly like, her intelligence is something to be very admired. Oh yeah, and I do appreciate the humor. As dark as it is, I do appreciate the humor that she ends up bringing to the table at times.
Yeah, I actually understand that. I mean, well, I do like this. I do like the smart type of girls. Kind of a preference of mine.
Same.
Like, I like the smart, mature type of girls.
Ah.
Alright. This is the same as the Southern Rift, too. This place probably represents the boundary between one world and another. We've left the town without a doubt. It appears that you can even take others to and from isolated areas of space-time. Cute.
Like, no matter how much Luca ends up dying and whatnot, like, death always brings him back for whatever reason. So in the case of this game, death is literally on your side.
Until you decide to fight her.
Yeah. Yeah, at your current level, don't try it.
Believe me, I won't. Last time, one of these exact magic circles took us to another world. Where's it gonna lead us this time? To the same destroyed future, or a completely different parallel world? I'm giddy with excitement to see what kind of world awaits us. Hold on, you never bothered to look yourself? Cute. Alright, away we go. So this place looks different after... So this place looks different after all. There's a lot more of nature still alive around here, don't you think? Unlike last time, I don't sense any danger present. We should still be on alert as we explore, though. I smell peace in the air. Now I'm really excited. Is it alright if I collect some samples of the local plants and insects? I want to catch some fish, too. That's adorable line. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Oh, if you do manage to be able to beat Reaper, you can actually get some pretty decent, like a decent set of equipment out of her.
Oh. There are monsters? Nah, I'm not gonna bother with the small fries.
Yeah.
So the Reaper has some useful stuff to give if you beat her?
If you beat her, yeah, you'll get a fair amount of gold. You'll get an item called the Gaia Robe, which is actually very useful because it increases, I believe it, when you put it on, increases every single stat except for HP, MP, and Dexterity?
That sounds badass.
And it gives you a boost in Holy and Dark attribute.
Right. Alright, this is where Rostrum Village is supposed to be, but it isn't destroyed. So that means we've gone back at least 20 years in the past? Oh hey Marcellus, you must really like our village to come back a third time. Huh? Did you just call Luca Marcellus?
Yes, he did.
But man, you seem different every time I see you. I think you've even shrunk a bit this time. You're mistaken. Marcellus is my father. What are you talking about? Wait, you're really not Marcellus? He's not nearly old enough to have a kid your age, though. You do look very similar to him, though. Excuse me, but what year is it by the Johannes calendar? Well, that's a strange thing to ask. It's the year 1430. So 25 years in the past, then. The time when Luca's father was adventuring. When was my father, I mean Marcellus, here in this village? The first time was about a month ago. He had 3 companions with him, and it seemed like he was a promising new hero. The second time was barely a week after that. He was alone then and seemed like a completely different person. He came back by himself a week later and seemed different. What was he like the second time? Like a seasoned veteran being haunted by demons. Okay, that sounds dark.
Yeah, it is very dark.
It was weird to see him change so much after only a week. I mean, what could have possibly happened in that short of a time? He was a fresh adventure with his companions, and then completely different a week later. That's definitely a strange story. We should try asking the other villagers for more information. Go! That actually is strange. I mean, people don't change that much in a week, do they?
No, they do not. Well, I mean, it really depends on what the person has done or experienced. Because some people can actually change a lot quicker than you would think, but that's not normally the case.
Huh. This is Alfonso's field. After retiring from being a chef, he returned to his hometown here to relax and grow vegetables. His house is southeast of the inn. Drop by and I'm sure he'll throw together something simple for you. Now you're talking! I expected that reaction. I expected that. I saw it coming.
Like I said, the best way you can be able to get to her heart is literally through her stomach. You feed her like 20 bowls of whatever a day, she will do whatever you want her to.
The hero Marcellus? I was off duty the first time he came, so I missed him. I saw him from a distance the second time, though. He looked young, but carried himself like a seasoned veteran. I believe he dropped by the chief's house after asking the villagers about Tartarus. You should ask the chief himself if you want to know more. The chief's house is right across from me. I guess he's talking about this.
Yeah.
Yay, Marcellus is back again. Hey, do you fashion a new look every time or what? Definitely never go near the Tartarus rift. That's what the scary Marcellus who came the second time told me. Okay. But we just came from there.
Yeah.
The hero Marcellus? I met him once in Iliasburg. I felt he was a friendly, talkative young hero with a promising future. He didn't look like someone you expect to see in a fight, though. It's not that important, and I feel awkward asking, but what was the female priestess that he was with like? Oh, she looked like a total slut. Did he seriously just say that? What? Her parents would be
Sonia's mother, by the way.
Her parents would be ashamed if they knew what she was wearing in broad daylight. So would her daughter. Sonia, have you looked yourself in the mirror?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're supposed to be a freaking priestess, yet look at the way you're dressed. Like,
Hey.
no self-respecting priestess would end up wearing that skin-tight clothing.
Hey, it's the hero Marcellus. Oh, you're not? Yeah, he's only been here twice, but I remember him clearly. The first time he looked totally fresh. He was a caring young hero with his companions in tow. He said they were traveling the world to help people in trouble. They stayed one night in our village and left full of energy. But man, a week later he came back by himself and seemed like he had seen a lot of carnage. Outwardly he looked the same, but it was like he was a totally different person on the inside. People usually don't change that much in 10 years, let alone 1 week. I bet it had something to do with exploring Tartarus, but I was way too scared to ask him about it. He said he was going to explore Tartarus? What on earth for? It's not that important, I feel awkward for asking, but what was the female priestess that he was with like? Well, let's just say her quotes didn't leave much to the imagination. Huh? Okay, that's the second time! What was Sonia's mother wearing?
I don't know. She's supposed to be like a, no. Merlin was the wizard, so Karen was the priest.
It's rare for a hero to show up multiple times in this rural village. We aren't exactly famous for anything. The cave through the mountains was blocked by a landslide from a recent earthquake. It's supposed to be a few months before they could clear the blockage. The landslide happened a month ago, if I recall correctly. Actually, it was 3 days after Marcellus and his party left the village. Huh? Wait, how'd he come here the second time we saw him then? Okay, that's a bit of new info.
Yeah, that is.
Marcellus?
Okay, but yeah,
No, go ahead.
Marcellus had think about it now, Marcellus actually had a pretty balanced, basically RPG party. You had 2 fighters, one's probably tankier than the other. You got a wizard for black magic, and a priestess for healing magic.
Yeah, now when you point that out, that's right.
Although now I have to think about it though. I think Lazarus might have used a gun. So if he used the gun, then yeah, you got your long range right there.
Yeah.
So that means Marcellus was taking all the aggro.
Marcellus? The young hero came here twice. I was away the first time he visited, so I only saw him the second time. He was certainly young, but the look in his eyes was fierce. I have no idea what kinds of hell he must have gone through. My friend said he looked like a kind novice hero when they saw him a week before, but I find that hard to believe. Speaking of him, he handed a letter to the village chief when he was here the second time. He told the chief to give the letter to someone or other whenever they showed up here. Marcellus gave the village chief a letter? We have to go see what that's about. Did I talk to this guy already? Oh no, it doesn't look like I have. Alfonso is truly a fine gentleman. Despite being hailed as a legendary chef, he never boasts about it at all. He absolutely loves having guests over too. You guys should pay him a visit. Strawberries stolen from the storehouse. Oh crap, busted! Here, take this and keep it a secret. Okay. So he just bribed us to keep our mouths shut. Let's see. I didn't catch much of the... I didn't catch much of the hero, but I do remember the warrior who was with them. Funny enough, I thought he looked like bad news at first. I ran into him at the bar that night and struck up a conversation, though. He was actually an interesting guy. We ended up drinking together until the sun came up. It's a shame that bar went out of the business since then. I take it, must be Lazarus.
Yeah.
It's impossible to pass through the mountain cave since the entrance on this side was blocked by a landslide a month ago. Most of the goods here are traded by ship, so it won't cause much of an issue for us. It is a problem for travelers coming from Iliasburg, though. Wait, how did you guys get here? Or, I don't know, how did we get here?
We flew.
This is where we store the village's supplies. The excess stock is free to be sold to merchants and travelers. Oh, this is a shop. Karate rosary? Black belt, mysterious headband, seal of seclusion.
I'll tell you right now, some of these accessories are not that useful. I mean, they're useful at the beginning of the game, but later on, they're just completely useless.
I suppose. Nothing here. Oh yes, Marcellus. He had such innocent eyes the first time he came to our village. The second time, he looked more like a monster. I would love to help soothe whatever ails him. You can't do that! Marcellus is my father! Calm down, Luca. We're 25 years in the past. You haven't even been born yet. The young hero Marcellus was still early in his adventuring days and wasn't your father yet. Huh. So, I take it that Marcellus must have had some admirers.
Most likely, yeah. Well, I mean, Luca's got admirers, so...
Yeah, that's true. If you're a master hunter, you can become a monster tamer. With one of those in the party, you increase your chances of getting monsters to be your companions. After I finish Thief, I plan to change to Hunter. It'll be a lot easier to travel if I can have more companions. Well, that was useful info. Gold scalpel. The party of 3 staying here today has horrible balance. Are you probably taking balance into consideration when forming your party? A common mistake is forming a party with all physical attacking types. You should really include 1 or 2 healers and some with magical attacks. It's good to have someone like a thief or merchant as a support too. Anyway, choose whatever is best for your style of adventuring. I got merchant covered. looks like I did make a good choice in my repertoire. Let's see. Mandarin orange. A traveling gadabout. If you want to use pleasure attacks, being a prostitute is perfect. You can change your job to that once you master gadabout. Okay, you know, I still cringe at things like this.
Yeah, I know.
There's even a dog girl here. Do you wonder whether you should equip your beast-type companions with fangs or claws? Fangs have high attack power, but claws have high agility. Biting attacks make use of attack power, but scratching attacks need both attack power and agility. Therefore, it's best to equip fangs if you like to fight with biting attacks. Fangs can also have special effects that strengthen your biting attacks. If you want to use scratching attacks, go with claws that increase attack power and agility. Fist weapons also use attack power and agility, so they're in the same category. If you're going to use a variety of skills, you can choose either weapon. If you mainly focus on martial arts, definitely go with claws. Well, martial arts is pretty much my thing, so I guess I'll stick with that.
Well, I can tell you right now that if you ever learn to dual wield, if you feel like it, you can actually put fists and claws on Poppy, so you can be able to make the most out of both skills.
That sounds amazing. Croquettes? Gratin? Wait, those look like deluxe food items.
Yeah.
Does that mean, is this who I think it is? It is, it's Alfonso, the chef. Oh, hi, Marcellus. Oh, you're not him? No, but you're the legendary Chef Alfonso? Some call me that, yes. Shall I whip something up nice since you're here? I'm so glad we came. Alright then, give me a few minutes. Here's a salad made with vegetables from my own garden. My apologies for serving you something so simple. Did that just happen?
I think you just had a drug trip.
Yeah, I think so. It's like it's like those scenes in Earthbound. Delicious. I may have retired, but I haven't lost my touch. I have but one regret, which is that I always worked alone and never took on an apprentice. Now there's no one to inherit this chef's license of mine. I think I'll just end up burying it at the base of the tree in front of my house before I die. The chef's license at the base of a tree. If we look at our world. Well, at least now we know.
That's pretty specific.
Yeah. Now we'll know what to look for when we get out of here. Let's see. Was there anything else I missed? I don't think so. I think that was everyone I could talk to.
Well, guess I might go see the chief.
Yeah, fine.
For now.
Yeah, I better.
I'm thinking about it now. Do you want to talk to the chief right now, or do you want to wait till your next video?
We're gonna talk to the chief right now, because I think whatever's gonna happen, it'll be over after it. Yamatai Sake. Things have been odd around here ever since that Tartarus rift appeared 5 years ago. There are regular tremors and earthquakes, and the crops grow with a vengeance. I'm happy about the crops, except that lots of odd vegetables are springing up among them. Their colors are shapes are off, as if two different vegetables mixed together. I have a feeling that these are signs of bad things to come, and I know I'm not the only one in the village thinking the same thing. Abnormal crops, you say? I'll have to get a few samples before we leave. Now that I think about it, Alice thinks with their stomach, Promising thinks with their brain. Wait.
So what does Lucas think with?
His sword, I guess.
Which one?
You know, somehow I had a feeling you were gonna go there. I know you, dude. I've seen your videos. I pretty much have you figured out. Anyway, let's talk.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, don't go playing dumb with me. I'm one of your biggest fans of your videos. I know you. Anyway, village chief. Oh, is that you, Marcellus? You seem quite different once again. You're not him? You bear quite the resemblance, though. The villagers saw more of him than me since I missed him the first time he visited. We did meet the second time, however. I'll never forget that day he came knocking at my door. We talked about Tartarus and the recent odd events. He was especially interested in the spate of earthquakes and the weird crops. I'm interested in them too. I'd love to acquire any data you have on the abnormal increase in seismic activity. There was another thing he mentioned too. He said something big might happen to the village within the next few years, and that we should leave before then. Something big in the next few years? Wait, was he talking about whatever disaster ends up destroying this village? But how would Marcellus from this time period know about that? Could he really predict the village's destruction? Destruction? Please don't give me a heart attack. Recent events have scared all of us enough already. Oh, Marcellus left a letter with me. He wanted me to deliver it to an acquaintance of his if he ever showed up here. Someone who might come to this village? What would he be leaving a letter for? A young man named Luca. What?
Oh.
That's ridiculous. Luca shouldn't even be born yet. How could Marcellus possibly know of you? And then he even left you a letter. Sir, I'm Luca. Can you please show me that letter? Well, I'll be your Luca. This letter's all yours then.
Just believe you that easily? Okay. I mean, like, can you show proof that you're Luca? I have a sword. Okay, I guess that works. All right, go ahead.
Thank you for that. To my son, Luca, if you're reading this letter, it means that I haven't returned to Iliasville. My son, Luca? But he isn't even my father yet. Most likely, Lucifina isn't with you anymore either. If she were, she'd never allow you to leave on an adventure. Please forgive your parents for not being there for you at such a crucial stage of your life. No, this letter was definitely written by my father. So your actual father wrote it, not the Marcellus from this time? Our world's Marcellus came here then? That certainly explains why he seemed to have changed after only a week. The second Marcellus was a different person altogether. Okay, that pretty much answered that question.
Well...
The first Marcellus was the fresh adventurer from this world. Then a week later, our Marcellus showed up. Seek Michaela's help, Luca. She lives in the hidden village of Enrica, deep inside the Lost Woods. Michaela should be able to help you if anyone can. I'm determined to drive out the darkness that's covering the entire world. Go to Michaela and protect your world. Know that I'm proud of you for making it this far. Your father, Marcellus. That's the end of the letter. Father. So if the Marcellus from our world wrote this letter, that must mean he can open space-time doors too. Why do humans have that power? And what's he even trying to do?
Plot armor. It's plot armor, Alice. That's all it is.
At any rate, it's been a month since he left that letter. It'll probably be difficult to track him down now. I doubt he's even in this world anymore. Did he return to ours or go to a different world entirely? Luca, do you know anything about this Michaela person? Marcellus wants us to meet with her, but... No, this is the first time I've heard of her name. An old friend of my father's, maybe? We know where we're going next then. Enrica, where this Michaela is supposed to be. We'll need to go through the Lost Woods to reach Enrica. The woods span the area west of Iliasville. To the hidden village of Enrica then. The Lost Woods are full of powerful monsters, but nothing we can't handle. My whole life I was told never to go in there, and now we're stuck having to explore the place as part of our trip. So we're going back to your world now? I get to explore so many different worlds. I'm so excited. Cute, cute, cute. Chasing your father. Oh, this is a silver achievement. Well, anyway, that was quite a bomb that just dropped on us. Not a lot.
Indeed.
Not a lot happened in this conversation, but the bomb was just as big back in the first Tartarus Rift. So yeah, quite the interesting developments right here. Ain't it, dude?
Very interesting development when I first played through this.
Yeah, this really is an interesting game. All right, I think we've been at this long enough. So yeah, this.
Oh yes, at least an hour.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, thank you. But yeah, seriously, thank you guys. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and thank you, SacredGuard, for joining me on this. I really appreciate this, man.
No problem. If you ever want me to join in again, feel free to ask. Before the video cuts off, I want to quickly let you guys know that while I said that I wasn't gonna do much Monster Girl Quest related content in the future, right now, in the future, I do plan on starting up a full revamp of my Monster Girl Quest playthrough from part 1, 2, and 3. And in addition to that, once New Game Plus, when New Game Plus is fully finished and Paradox Part 2 gets fully translated, I'm going to play those as well. And in addition to that, I also received word of there being another Monster Girl Quest RPG, 2 of them being made, which is Monster Girl Quest Trilogy Remake and Monster Girl Quest Cecil's Adventure, both made in RPG Maker. When I have the chance, I'll actually end up putting up like a small, if he'll let me, put up a small preview on Raijin's video showing you what the gameplay will end up being like. And when I have the time, I will end up playing it for you guys.
That's actually the first I've heard of this. Huh. I definitely can't wait to check those out myself. I know about Cecil's Adventure, but I didn't know they were making a new episode. But anyway, thanks for that last bit, SacredGuard. Well, everyone, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please follow me and Sacred Guard here on our Tumblrs. Like I said earlier on, I'll post links in the description below. And oh yeah, and for you guys who haven't yet, please go watch Sacred Guard's videos and content. He is just amazing. He's hilarious. He's a good friend. Please go do it. All right, this is Lightning Raijin, and
this is Sacred Guard.
See you guys next time.